A story that's affecting our national parks. Flooding in Yellowstone, wildfires in Yosemite. These iconic regions have fallen victim to the impacts of climate change this summer.
And now drought is threatening yet another famous destination, Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. And ABC's Kayna Whitworth has that story.
The ecosystem of the desert in the American Southwest is on the verge of collapse due to a historic drought supercharged by climate change. Desert ecologist James Cornett is among those sounding the alarm. His research sites within Joshua Tree National Park show the steady demise of hardy desert life.
So we're headed to your Ocotillo study site right now?
Right, that we started in 2007.
And since 2007, you have seen no new growth?
No new young Ocotillos coming up from seed, and yet we've had older Ocotillos die. And so the population is slowly declining, primarily because of increased frequency and severity of drought and higher temperatures. We'd like to think that some of the plants that bring people to this park would exist for all time and be here in perpetuity, but in fact, that's not the case.
So the Ocotillo, I mean, it's not the only thing out here suffering.
No, everything is suffering.
Among the many species in decline, the iconic Joshua trees themselves. Joshua trees have been growing here for thousands of years. The concern now from scientists is that if these current climate conditions persist as predicted, the national park will no longer be hospitable to its namesake tree.
In the next century, it will be one of the worst places to go see Joshua trees. And at one time, it was the best.
An alarming sentiment for California's most visited national park in 2021. The trees are icons of American culture, as seen in the background of old westerns and made famous by the band U2 on their 1987 album, The Joshua Tree. And it's not just drought that is killing them. At this study site, James says Joshua trees were decimated by a wildfire 15 years ago.
So this one here, I mean, it really stands alone as the biggest one in the area.
Yeah, it's pretty tall, and its height is what saved it from the fire.
So you said it is producing fruit, it is dropping seeds.
Yes.
But nothing is growing.
Right, just not enough moisture. Joshua tree seeds, we believe, normally germinate after summer rains, heavy summer rains. But those are not reliable or predictable, and so reproduction in Joshua trees has always been rare. It's just even rarer today because of climate change.
We know with hotter, drier climates, we're getting increased fires, and there's a very high probability that the remaining Joshua trees in this park would succumb to wildland fire. This is our Joshua Tree National Park. It's important to the people of the United States. It's an international destination, and the thought that we wouldn't have Joshua trees here is just gut-wrenching.
And while the national park may be a renowned tourist destination, for desert residents, Joshua trees are part of their culture.
Joshua trees are just one of those incredible species that are evocative of so much about what makes living on this planet special. They just sort of inspire us about the beauty of the world.
But even in the face of a hotter and drier desert, James remains hopeful for the species overall.
I'm optimistic about that because there is the possibility of them moving northward either on their own or with the help of humans. Humans created the climate crisis. The least we could do is make sure Joshua trees survive further to the north by active management activities.
For GMA3, Kayna Whitworth, Joshua Tree National Park.
All right, and thanks as always to our Kayna Whitworth.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.